Guys, welcome to Manitoba Bushcrafting and Reviews. Tonight I'm going to be taking the Starlight one for a test run, and it's just going to be in the yard because temperatures could drop to dangerous levels, and I just want to see how it handles the cold really close to home, so I'm just going to do it in the yard and see how that works out. So I'll take you with me. We're just going to have a little hangout in the tent and test my cheap isobutane stove, and yeah, test my winter kit out just to see how it handles the weather tonight, and if it does okay, then I can kind of gauge what would be a safe temperature to go out into the forest with it. So yeah, it's supposed to be minus 24 tonight. That's supposed to be the low, and that's including wind chill. But yeah, I set the tent up already, and I got everything unpacked in it. And it fits all my gear. That's another thing I wanted to see. Would it fit all my gear? And it does. My backpack, my dry sack, all my little knickknacks and stuff like that. My stove. I could probably still have room to cook in it if I had to. So yeah, I'll get back to you later tonight when I'm ready to go out. Just waiting for the wife to get home so the kids are okay, and then I'll be heading out to the tent. Okie dokie, guys, see you in a bit. Okay, so we are out in minus 26 in the backyard. First test run with this tent just to see how she does, and it's positive from so far. It is. Because as you can see, there's not much room in here, so it's quite warm actually in the tent. I do got my top vent open and the rear end vent behind my head open, and I hope that, well, I should have done the foot vent, but I don't know, the way the wind's blowing, this works best. So in here I got my big old baffin boots, super warm boots. I got my canteen, and that's full of water just for cooking tonight. I want to empty that so it doesn't freeze and split the plastic. Got my Yeti mug out here for a hot coffee because I do got some Taster's Choice coffee. There's my food bag, my backpack in there. What else is in there? Oh yeah, my dry sack behind my head. Can't really see it, but it's in there. I got my cheap sleeping bag with my Teton Sports sleeping bag stuffed in it, and I'm cozy. Like, it doesn't feel too cold in here, surprisingly. I got some hand warmers just in case. I actually got a pack of like 20 of them in here, but I'm not going to use them all. If I lay down, that's kind of what it looks like. Got my lantern going. And for now, just to see how it does, I'm gonna zip up the door. There is not much room in here at all, but coming from a bivvy, it's not too bad, because the bivvy really sucked. I couldn't move at all, and like even just playing on my phone in the bivvy really was not pleasant. I wouldn't have, sorry guys for the camera shaking around and stuff like that. I wouldn't have wanted. One second. Okay, so we're back. Let's just get it focused. Yeah, in my bivvy, I wouldn't want to spend more than one day in there. But this, I could actually spend quite a while. As you can see, the wind's kicked up just a little bit. I do have this thing pegged out pretty decent, but you never know. Because I can pull the pegs by hand, so if the wind kicked up to like 50 kilometers an hour, I would definitely need to go tension everything down again. But it's supposed to be not too bad of a night. The coldest it's supposed to get tonight is minus 26, and that's including wind chill. So I've checked the clips over and over again. They seem like they're holding on. I squeezed them just a little to see if they'd like flex, and they're flexing, so they're not getting brittle. But with my experience, after minus 20, it's kind of hit and miss depending on the quality of the item, of course. and the way the tent's put together. And the way this one's put together is a lot of the tension is on metal clips down where the poles go into. The side clips just basically hold the fly to the pole. So unless there's like super high winds, there shouldn't be much tension on those clips. And that's my main worry, is those clips. Nothing else. I don't see anything else on this tent that could break from the cold, other than this main body, which is also held on by plastic clips, but there's not really much tension on this fabric at all. So I'm not too worried about those, but I like it. It's not that cold in here. I'm not wearing gloves. Yeah, so far so good, guys. Well, I'm gonna relax for a little bit and just see if I start getting cold, or make a coffee right away here. I think when I make the coffee, I won't use the camera. I won't film it because I didn't pack the snow down, so it's not really level in the vestibule there. So when I put my little stove down, I don't want that pot sliding off and burning me, or just soaking the tent, because that would ruin my little test night. So I think I'll just do that with like full hands on and come back to you when I'm drinking the coffee. Okay guys, making the coffee right now. I did have to do it outside the tent because there is no real control on the flame on this little stove. Here, she went out. Actually, I just gotta light it again. There's no control on it, and it made a big flame, and I was just like, whoa! And yeah, so I'm doing that outside, which is probably better anyways. So, okay. Oh, I just wanted to know, I have never used a gas stove camping, so this is kind of new to me. Usually, I just do it over a bonfire, or one of those little candle stoves. So yeah, so there we go. Now we're brewing. So I got that full of water. It should take 3 or 4 minutes to boil, probably somewhere around there. And this is the coffee I'm making. It's just Nescafe. Yeah, I like my sugar in my coffee. I'm not a fan of powdered creamer, though. I like milk. But it is what it is. So she's cold with the door open. It is cold. You can definitely tell it's sorry for the stuttering. Minus 24, 26, somewhere in between those two. But I'm going to just quit filming here so I don't make a mess or burn the tent down or whatnot. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, that sucked. The wind picked up and it just kept blowing it out. So my coffee's not even hot. It is slightly warm. But I'm gonna finish it, zip back up, and try and get warm again, because my hands are really cold. It's gotta have dropped a few degrees. Okay guys, it's getting quite cold. I got everything zipped up except for the vent where my head is, and that vent. It's about 10:30 at night right now. I stuffed a foot warmer in my sock just to give me a little boost of warmth. And I'm going to hunker down for the night. Try not to dig myself way too far into my sleeping bag. Cover my ears up with a toque or a beanie or whatever you want to call it. And try and get some shut-eye. I don't know if I'm going to actually sleep, because I don't want to fall asleep and then it hit like minus 40, which I don't think it's going to, but if it did for like an hour or so, I could actually like lose the tips of my fingers or my nose or something like that. So I really don't want to risk it. Temperatures can plummet here. I've seen it year after year after year. One day it's like perfectly fine. The next morning it's just Arctic cold. And yeah, I'm going to ride it out till morning, awake or asleep. But at least if I'm awake, I can regulate my temperature properly. And yeah, not lose any limbs or nose or whatever. But the second you open the side door, you can feel it. It feels like minus 26 at least. Inside the tent like this right now, I'm not wearing gloves. My fingers are a little chilly, but they're not like burning cold like they were when I was cooking on the stove there. That was just outrageous. I had to like seriously warm my fingers up, so I just stuck them in my sleeping bag, warmed them up for 20 minutes. And yeah, then I was fine. But so far I'm liking this tent. It's definitely cramped. I'm going to give you a straight up before any reviews. If you're a person that likes to be able to move around and change clothes and fluff up your sleeping bag and do all those kinds of things, cook, stuff like that, I recommend this tent right now. Like, that's not a firm recommendation because I haven't tested it long enough. But if you are going to buy this tent is what I'm trying to say. Definitely pick the 2-man version. It's not much more expensive. So at least then you can like have something beside you. Because right now I can't have anything beside me on either side. And it's still a mansion compared to a bivvy. But it would be nice to be able to change your clothes and stuff like that without having to be a contortionist. So that being said, I will see you guys probably in the morning. If something comes up in the middle of the night, I'll get back to you, but most likely in the morning. Okay, see you guys later. One more thing I wanted to let you guys know before I head to bed is I am a side sleeper, and that's the thing that always bugged me in the bivvy was it was uncomfortable to lay on your side. On this, even the one-person version, it is very comfortable to lay on your side. If I'm on my side, actually, it creates more room in this little inner tent. So take that little bit of information in deciding whether you want to pick up this tent. It is nice on your side. Yeah. Whereas in the bivvy, you just couldn't roll on your side. You wouldn't be able to be comfortable. So this is nice. I like the cozy tents, so it doesn't bug me that much. This small inner tent, it doesn't really bug me. So I guess see you guys in the morning. Bye. Okay, we're back again. Couldn't fall asleep. I just checked the temperature. It's minus 17, and with the wind chill, it feels like minus 23. So the temperature has actually risen. I'm quite pleased with that. But I was looking at the forecast through the rest of the night, and it is supposed to get down to minus 26 right around 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just laying here chatting with my wife on my cell phone. Flirting with her, actually. It's a little nippy in here. Not too bad. I did throw my hot paws on. Got them from my sister as a present, so I figured why not test them out tonight. They're not really work gloves, just like snow gloves. So I got those on. I do have fleece mittens in my pocket, so if my hands get a little chillier, I can stick those on. The wind did kick up for a little while there, but it's settled down for the most part, and now it starts blowing. But yeah, those clips on the outside, I don't know. I don't know what to think of them. I don't really like plastic clips. I wish they would have been aluminum or something like that. But once again, I did not buy a Hilleberg, that's for sure. So you ain't gonna get metal hardware throughout the tent. Robens, if you are watching, is something you should think about. Aluminum is lightweight. It's not going to be much more heavy than the plastic ones, and I think this tent could stand a lot of abuse if those were made out of some sort of metal. I did make the mistake because I was going to sleep with my head on that side, but then I wanted to cook, so I got to be close to the door. So I swapped my sleeping bags around and forgot that earlier in the night I opened the vent by my head because there's a vent on either end. I should have opened my foot vent and left the head vent closed, but I didn't do it that way. So I'm a little bit chilly on my nose. Not too bad though. I'm not going to get frostbite or anything. It's just a little chilly, just kind of annoying. But when I was cooking, my hands were freezing cold, like absolutely freezing cold. When I came back in the tent, I shoved them down in my sleeping bag and sat on them. If I'm going to make any more purchases in the future, I think I should do my sleeping pad, because right now I have the Climate Static V Lite, but every now and then you like lay on your side and your hip dips into it and you can feel the cold coming through the ground. So I think it's almost time I just sucked it up and bought a Thermarest Neo Air X Therm, because I heard that they are really decent. I could review it too, but personally I just want it for increased pleasure while camping and comfort. So I think if I'm going to make another decently large purchase, it would be that. And then I could just give this sleeping pad to somebody else who needs an extra sleeping pad. Like my wife, she prefers closed cell foam pads, and that's what she has. But I could give her this Climate and she could pair it with her closed cell foam pad, and that would make a really nice winter setup, because she usually only camps in the spring and the summer. She doesn't really camp in fall or winter. But I was talking to her, and I want to start doing just solo, or not solo trips, trips with just me and her, not the kids, so we can just have some adventures together. And yeah, so I don't know, we'd have to pick her up a tent similar to this. Maybe next time I'll just save up and get a Hilleberg, because like I don't even need to review it. I just want one. I can't help it. It's like my dream tent is to own any one of the Hillebergs. So, anyhow, I'll let you guys go because my wife's texting me and I want to chat before my battery dies. If I do wake up in the morning and my battery is completely dead, I'll just do a little indoor intro and tell you how the night went. Or not intro, outro. Sorry, guys. You know me at night. Can't talk, can't think. But yeah, I will get back to you either way, whether I'm in the tent or already back inside. Okay, bye, guys. Okay, I don't even know what time it is right now. I didn't look. But we have a problem. Major condensation. I don't know if it's because I don't have all the vents open or what, but and maybe because it just traps the heat in this little tent, like the inner tent traps it. So this is soaked, and it's not touching the fly, but it's soaking wet. Same with up here around the vent. The door low down is fine. This tent, or this side, on my right hand side, dry. It's, yeah, mainly the roof of this inner tent is wet. It's not freezing, so there must be like a decent amount of heat trapped under the fly. But I'm pretty sure the fly up above, let's feel, yeah, it's all frost, so that's frozen on there. But this inner tent isn't frozen. It's just wet. I think you can totally see the little crystals right there. I can see them on my camera screen. So yeah, so she does suffer from condensation, which I expected in this kind of weather with such a compact tent. If you look at the Hilleberg Acto, that thing's dripping half the time in the wintertime when I've seen it like in pretty decent cold nights. It's usually dripping with condensation. Let's just take a peek out here, because we are testing. I want to know if this thing will go days. I'll probably have to air it out in the daytime. But as it stands right now, if I don't air this out, she's soaked. So let's just see how the fly is. Yeah, that's dry. That's all dry. Just the inner tent, right here, as you can see, that's all frost. But the vent is not being utilized to its full capabilities because the wind completely stopped. So, and I do have this foot vent here at the end completely closed. So I'm going to open the door since it's a lot warmer in here now than it was earlier. Just see if I can get that kind of cleared away. I'm really hungry. I want to eat something, but I really don't want to open the door, and I really don't want to cook in here, because earlier when I was trying to cook in here, that little stove has no control on the flame. So, and it shot up a good 4 inches. Freaked me right out. I thought I was going to burn the tent. But, and the pot, my Keith's titanium cook pot, doesn't have the little ribs or grooves on the bottom of it. So it just slides off of my little burner. So it's kind of dangerous to be in here cooking, especially with me, because I'm just beyond clumsy. So I don't really want to cook in here. Oh yeah, I can feel that cold air now that I opened that door. Wow, that's crazy how much heat this inner holds in. It is a polyester. It's 100% polyester on the inner and on the fly and on the floor. All polyester. I do believe the outer material has a 5,000 millimeter hydrostatic head. The floor has a 10,000. So, and the floor is 68D polyester and the fly is 75. Just in case anyone's wondering. The temperature, once again, I'll let you know, is minus 17 degrees Celsius. So pretty chilly. The wind chill, it's like minus 23. Now, I could open the door, put my gloves on, make myself some oatmeal. But do I really want to do that? Do I really want to do that? I don't know if I even have any snacks in my food bag. I should. I don't know why I wouldn't. I got oatmeal. Here, let's just take everything out. I really need to make a proper little food bag. I do have some sidekicks. Do I want to? Do I want to? Some oatmeal. The rest, I don't think I could cook right now. You know what? I'm hungry. I'm making some oatmeal. I'll get back to you guys in a little while. It's probably close to 1 o'clock at night. So, bye. Yeah. Making myself some porridge just for a snack. Because I'm tired of just staring at the ceiling. And yes, okay, I opened the door. Condensation is gone. It evaporated, which is awesome. I thought it was going to crystallize, but it didn't. It dried right out. The second I opened the interior door, not the second, but you know what I mean. And then I opened the outer door, and yeah, it's perfectly dry in here now. So definitely in the wintertime, yeah, it may be uncomfortable to sleep with the door open, but if it's starting to get really wet, just open it for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. And you should be good to go. This door on the inner tent does have a quarter panel that opens, so you could definitely just open that and it should make a big difference. So things to look out for. This is my Keith's titanium cook set I'm using on there. I don't like that it doesn't have grippies on the bottom, but it is what it is. I paid $50 some for it. I don't know if it's worth that. It's kind of small if you're like cooking for you and your kids and your wife. I usually just throw it in the fire when I want to boil water, but like I said, I don't really use gas stoves. I have used them, but never in winter. And yeah, this is okay. My boot actually fell over just a minute ago, knocked my pot off, soaked the burner, and yeah, spilt all over, and now my boot's full of water. So this is why I camped next to my house for the first test run. It's really confined quarters, and yeah, so now my boot's soaked, so I'll be sticking my foot in a frozen boot in the morning. But that's okay. It's only, I don't know, 50 feet to the house maybe, like the door, so not too bad. My hands are starting to get cold now, and that should be warm enough for oatmeal. So I'm gonna let you guys go and eat my bedtime snack, and we'll see you in the morning. Probably gonna be the last video because I'm only at 8% battery on my phone. So okay, bye. Okay, it's just after 6:15. I got back in the house at 6:15. The entire tent is like the outer fly and the inner fly is frosted. The inner fly is like when I sat up and my head brushed against it, it started snowing on me. So there's a lot of ice on the inner tent, and my legs were aching. I was pretty cold. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but I'm assuming it's really cold. And when I got out, it's like all foggy. Like you can hardly see it in the yard. It's pretty foggy. Yeah, so technically I made it to morning, but it was definitely the end of the night was rougher than the beginning of the night, and that was just because everything's so damp and icy, and my sleeping bag just wasn't really keeping, or I guess I wasn't producing enough heat. If I didn't run out of water like I did, I probably could have made a coffee this morning and rode it out till 8, which is when I'm pretty sure it's around 8 sunrise. So, but 6:15 will do. I count that as morning. So, okay guys, if you like the video, hit like. If you want to share, hit share. Comment down below, and after this, like, I'm gonna go back to bed for a couple hours till the light out, and then I'll give you a little tour of the tent. Okie dokie, guys. Okay. Oh man, the wind blew my garbage around. Okay. I left at 6:15, and that was because she was just soaked, like so bad in the inside with ice. Where my head was, it was all wet, and yeah, the inner tent itself was just all ice. But it's minus 13 right now, so she's all thawed out, which is good, because I was really worried when I went to bed. I was like, oh rats, I'm gonna have to dry out a real icy tent. But it looks fine now. Yeah, it's probably not dry, but definitely way better than what it was. I'm gonna need to get a new sleeping pad, because there's just not enough R value in that to keep me warm on a night like that, and I don't want to be caught out in the wilderness with stuff that's gonna let me down, and I'm gonna have to hike home freezing, probably get hypothermia. Canada's got dangerous climates, and we're more north, so it can get dangerously cold. I want gear that's not gonna fail. So I guess I'm gonna pack up, get everything inside to dry out. It's definitely tight, really tight, which is kind of annoying, because like a few times through the night I had to readjust my sleeping bag, and this happened where the one that was in the other one is completely out of it. And yeah, I was just losing heat like crazy. I couldn't get this silver sleeping bag up over this one. I couldn't wrap this one around me and zip it up because it was just all twisted and there's not enough room to do anything in here. So my first impressions of this tent, pretty decent in any other climate. Winter camping, you're definitely gonna suffer a little bit, whether it be room to move, room to cook, stuff like that. And then definitely the condensation. Next time I do this, I'm opening that end vent and I'm leaving my head vent closed, or maybe I should just open them both. Maybe drop me a comment down below and tell me what you think, because every time I open this big main door on the side here, it dried up in the inside within like 5 or 10 minutes. So maybe I should just leave the door open. I don't know. It's hard to decide in that kind of cold, because you want to be warm, but you also want to keep everything dry. So, okay, I'm going to let you guys go. If you like the video, click like. If you want to share it, hit share. If you want to comment down below, do so. And subscribe if you want more, guys. Okay, bye. And of course, after I do my test camp, my package comes in the mail. That surprise I was telling you guys about. So, let's go get it. I'll just roll this in, because I didn't buy this item to review really, but I'm going to review it, but I didn't buy it to review. So, yeah, we're gonna go pick it up, and then I'll unbox it and show you guys. Okay, here we are. I'm gonna open it now off camera. Okie dokie, and we got, what do we got, guys? A Jetboil Flash 2.0, yeah. Woo! And 3 canisters of fuel. I got this from a site called Altitude Sports. And yeah, this is the 2.0, so it does have a couple extra features, I do believe. Is this the 2.0? Yeah, because the 2.0 has the 100-second boil time for half a liter. Awesome. Okay, guys, we're going to test this out. Too bad it didn't come last night when I was testing out the tent, or yesterday when I was testing out the tent, because that would have been nice to cook on. But we'll do it in the next one. Okay, guys? So, look forward to a review on this. So, yeah, sorry about that. But here is the Jetboil. I did get the canisters that are a bit larger, so they don't fit in it. Whereas the 100 and some gram, I think it's 100 gram canisters, they fit right in here. So you don't use extra space in your backpack. But I ordered 3 of the big ones, so I don't have to order them for a while. So, yeah, we will be reviewing this. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Now I won't knock my pot over. Got the burner here with the igniter, the stand in there, the little cup on the bottom. Cool, guys, cool.